Welcome to Cory's Conscious Living. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Get all comfortable and snug. Start to relax your body. Let go of your day. Zack was walking to school and his rucksack was really heavy. He didn't notice at first. He did his normal thing. He got up, rushed around, got dressed, brushed his teeth. Didn't really want to brush his teeth, but he did brush his teeth. Grabbed his rucksack, went out of the house, threw it on his back and ran for the bus. This was his usual thing that he did every morning. It wasn't until he was stepping onto the bus that he thought, why is my rucksack so heavy? He sat down on the bus, put his earphones in, listened to some music, and just forgot about his rucksack. When he got to school, again, when he threw his rucksack on his back, he was like, I don't remember putting any extra books in here. I don't remember putting anything heavy in here. Why does it feel like this? But he was a little bit late, so he ran to class, got there on time, sat down. The first class that he had was English. He pulled the rucksack from behind him off his chair, pulled it onto his lap, and unzipped the zipper. Inside was something very, very strange. The first thing he saw was a red cat. Just the head. Hi, Zack! Hi, Zack! And its little paw waved. And then a grey stripy cat popped up his head and said, I hope you don't mind, but we came with you to school. We thought it would be a very good experience. And then a little white cat's head popped up with big blue eyes, and it said, Me like school, me like you, Zack. Me actually like your rucksack very much. The cats jumped out of Zack's rucksack and sat on the table in front of him. Zack panicked, looked around really quickly at all the other kids and the teacher in the class. No one looked at him. No one saw the cats. Then, he daren't at first, but he did. He built up courage. He popped his head over the opening of his rucksack, and a fox popped up. Hi, said the fox. My name's Jack. I've come along too. And he jumped out of his rucksack. The next thing that jumped out was a big dog. My name's Frankie, and I'm a little bit deaf, but if you know sign language, that would be wonderful. Or if you speak to me, speak very clearly so I can read your lips, okay? That would be awesome. And then someone called Ryan and Ellie jumped out and said that they were Frankie's friends and that they went with him everywhere because he was deaf, just to help him sometimes. Not that he needed help, but they were his friends, so they stayed with him. And then 2 pigs jumped out. Malcolm, who also happened to be deaf, and Roxy, who was a crazy pig, which instantly got very attached to the fox called Jack, because the fox called Jack was also crazy and a little bit foxy. They were sneaky, both of them together, and they liked to do sneaky things, so they instantly hit it off. 2 more cats popped out, Rue and Isabel. And then, finally, he couldn't see anything else in his rucksack. There were animals all over the classroom, but no one else noticed. It was really, really bizarre. He thought to himself, maybe they were magic animals, and maybe only he could see them. Maybe they were just in his imagination. But then, if they were just in his imagination, how come his rucksack was so darn heavy? And what was even more strange was, how could they all possibly fit in his rucksack? A fox called Jack, Frankie the deaf dog, Ryan and Elliot's friends, the pigs Malcolm and Roxy, who were also deaf and one of them was crazy, the cats Rue and Isabel. That is a lot of animals. And, of course, Heidi, Cherry and Vaya. How did they all fit in his rucksack? Cherry made an announcement. Everyone listen! Everyone listen! We're here to help. We know that school can be very stressful sometimes. We also know that school can be super, super cool, depending on your own personal experience. My school was awesome, and I had lots and lots of friends. So I am here to say, if there is anyone in this classroom that needs help making friends, I am the one to come and see. Everyone didn't look. No one listened. Again, Zack thought, this is so bizarre. Why has no one seen all these animals? And then, the next thing, the cat, the grey stripy one, Heidi, for some reason, had glasses on upside down, but looked very intellectual, said, I am here to help anyone in this class that's being bullied. I know that being bullied can be very, very common at school. I've had experience with bullies. I know exactly what to do with different types of bullies, and I am here to help. Heidi put her paws on her hips, looked around very officially, and once again, everyone was just staring at the blackboard and staring at the teacher, listening to the English class. No one was listening. Zack just sat there and watched. And then Frankie, the deaf dog, who was super sweet, by the way, everyone was getting cuddles from him. All the other animals decided that Frankie was a really, really sweet, sweet dog. And they all liked Frankie's cuddles. And while he cuddled them, he made different signs with his paws, like he was talking to them, which was really, really cute. But anyway, Frankie stood up and said, I am here to help anyone that needs to learn sign language. Sign language, children, is a language that you use when you make different movements with your hands. You do different shapes and you join your fingers in different ways and they create letters and words. And deaf people normally can communicate with each other that way or communicate clearly with anyone that knows sign language. It's a really awesome tool and I am here to teach you. Zack looked around the room. Nothing. Only Zack was paying attention. Jack the fox and Roxy the crazy pig decided that they were going to leave the classroom and they were going to run up and down the corridors. Zack knew instantly that this was not a good idea. And he told them so, but they didn't listen and they ran out of the door and ran up and down the corridor, shouting, Yay! Party time! Once again, none of the children moved their heads. They all faced forward, looking at the English teacher, talking about English, listening to the class. Zack got up from the table, went to the door, and the teacher said, Zack, do you have a problem? Do you need to go to the restroom? Zack said, Yes, miss. The teacher gave him the key and he went out into the corridor. Jack, the fox, and Roxy had completely disappeared, but he thought since no one else saw them, only him, it probably wasn't a problem. So he went to the restroom anyway because, you can always use the restroom if you really, really think about it. And then he came back. Once again, no one else seemed to see all the animals, only him. He sat back down and Cherry said, "Why is no one listening in this room? Why is everyone staring at that woman at the front? What's going on? Can't they see us, Zack? Can't they see us? Are we magic? Do you think we're magic? Oh my gosh, we're an imaginational... I don't know what it is, but... Oh, I know what it is. I know the word. We're an illusion. Ooh, ooh. And she started waving her hands from side to side. Zack laughed. I don't understand either. I don't know why no one can see you guys. Anyway, what are you all doing in my rucksack? Frankie said, "We just come to help. We come to be your friends at school. We come to see if anyone needed new friends, and we come to see if anyone was being bullied, and we come to help. But it seems there's only you that understands and hears us. So that must mean that you may need friends, and you may be being bullied. Is that the case?" Zack went a little bit quiet. It was true. Zack really didn't have that many friends. And sometimes at school it felt like he was spend all day alone. Recess was quiet sometimes. Lunchtime seemed to be like everyone was talking around him and no one was really paying attention to him. There was one girl in class, her name was Morgan. Zack really liked Morgan, and like Zack, she got teased and bullied because of her name. For some reason, the kids thought Morgan was a strange name. Not that it was. Morgan is actually a really cool, sweet name for a girl or a boy. It's pretty darn cool when you can have a name that could be a boy or a girl name. But the kids in class still somehow found a way to tease her and bully her. Heidi said, "Why don't you make friends with Morgan? She's right over there. You can start by just smiling. That's all it takes sometimes, just a simple smile." "Yeah," said Cherry. "Yeah, that's all I do. Look at me." Pulling big smiley faces. "That's all I do. It's really, really easy. Just smile at people. And then if you smile back, that's a good sign. And then you can say hi. Or you can say, do you want to hang out at recess? Or, hey, I like your jacket. Or, cool rucksack. Or, just be nice," Cherry said. Heidi said, "Cherry's right. Sometimes all you have to do is make the first leap. Make the first move. You can do it, Zack. Just smile." Like magic, as if the cats had done it on a purpose, Morgan was sat a few rows in front on the other side of the room, and she turned round and looked at Zack. For 1 minute, Zack thought, maybe she sees the cats. Maybe she sees the fox and the pigs and all the other animals in here. But no, Morgan just looked straight at Zack's face. And Zack smiled. Morgan smiled back. And Cherry said, "That's it! That's it! That's perfect, Zack! Now all you've got to do is talk to her at recess or something, and then awesome. You're such a quick learner. You're such a quick learner, Zack. Zack's rucksack made a shuffle and a movement. He popped his head slowly over the opening, and inside was a dog that looked like a Rottweiler German Shepherd. He popped his head up and said, "Okay, everyone. Okay. Time to get back in the rucksack. My name's Tough. I'm a retired police dog, and I can be tough." Then he looked straight at Zack and said, "Don't tell anyone, but I'm actually really, really sweet and soft. But these guys don't need to know that." Okay, said Tough. "Come on, everyone, back in the rucksack. Time to get out of here. I think Zack has learnt everything he needs to learn today." And with that, Tough blew a whistle. Everyone got back in. The fox named Jack, Frankie the deaf dog, and Ryan and Ellie, the pigs Malcolm and Roxy, the cats Rue and Isabel, and Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya. Zack zipped up his rucksack and put it back behind him on the chair and started to pay attention to class. And when recess came, he did exactly what Cherry and Heidi said. He went over to Morgan, smiled again and said, "Hey, do you want to chat? Do you want to hang out during recess? I really like your rucksack." She blushed just a little bit and smiled and said, "I'd like that. I don't have many friends." And Zack said, "Neither do I. Maybe we can be friends." That recess, they sat and talked about all sorts of stuff, and Zack found out that they had a lot in common. Now, how cool is that? Zack went home after school. He noticed on the way home that his rucksack felt exactly like it should do. It wasn't heavy at all. He went upstairs when he got inside, threw down his rucksack in the corner of his bedroom, laid on his bed, and took a nap. What a strange day, he thought. He'd gone from having practically no friends to having a rucksack full of them, and Morgan, his new friend, his real friend. But then he thought about it as he laid there with his eyes closed. I think all the other animals were real too. Just because no one else could see them doesn't mean that they weren't there, he thought. They were there right when I needed them. Zack started to let his whole body relax. He took a nice deep breath and sighed. And noticed how good it felt to just lay on his bed, kick off his shoes, and relax for a while. Before long, his whole body started to get really floaty, like he was floating, weightless. Sometimes he would shake a little bit and judder and shudder and feel his body again, but then he would sink back into a really deep state of relaxation and feel like he was floating once again. He felt his whole body let go